Hey, what's up, guys? This is Mansplaining Mike with the Mansplaining Mike Show, and today we're going to take another look at the Diddler. But this time we're going to put more focus on Jay-Z because Jay-Z has been accused of some really awful stuff, including molesting or raping a 13-year-old and another 14-year-old. They say her son is really Jay-Z's. So without getting too much into it, let's first take a look at what's being said about him from people like Jaguar Wright, who's been exposing this stuff for years. And then we'll continue on to some news programs that are talking about the 13-year-old girl. This first video is about the 14-year-old. So let's get into it, guys, and see what we think.
About the fact that he is currently suing his first biological son to quiet him and put a gag order on him. Why would he be doing that? I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that Ramir's mother was a minor when she conceived Ramir with Mr. Carter, who was a grown adult. What kind of family man is that? You don't want anyone to know, you or your wife, don't want anyone to know who your actual biological children are because most of them were created with minors while you were an adult. He's been in court with this young man for the past decade, fighting taking a DNA test. If he's not your kid, take the DNA test. Simple. If the young man is not your son, why have you spent so much money trying not to take a DNA test? Take the DNA test if he ain't your kid. You such a proud family man. While you fight back the truth about your firstborn biological son, because you don't want nobody to know that his mama was barely 15 when you made her a mother and you were a grown man. I'm here.
Yeah.
Him and Blue Ivy got the same mouth. Nobody's talking.
Man, it's crazy, all these allegations coming out against Jay-Z, right? Or at least a lot of people think it's crazy. A lot of people don't want to believe it because they idolize these people. They worship the people that they put on TV to brainwash you. You shouldn't be idolizing celebrities. Celebrities were placed in that position, a lot of them, so that they can warp your mind and just lie to you and get you to vote a certain way, get you to vote against reality and against your best beliefs. They want you to vote against God a lot of the time, and that's what these celebrities are out here promoting, especially the rappers. A lot of them are from like the prison to rap pipeline that you may have heard about. So a lot of these rappers are just prisoners who were getting raped in jail is what a lot of people say, and then they end up on the rap scene and they start telling you to do a whole bunch of sissy stuff, or they're always involved in some deviant stuff, and he was involved in screwing Diddy according to rumors. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes they don't want you to know about. And that stuff that goes on, it's ritualistic. It's Satan worship, guys. They're worshiping the devil. They're worshiping Moloch, the god of Saturn. And we all know where that came from. That came from Judaism. Most of these guys, they don't think about the best interest of African Americans just because they're black. They don't care about African Americans just because of their skin color. All they care about is their self and that bottom line. And they'll do anything to get that money, including sell their soul. But anyway, guys, let's keep going and see what else we can find out about this 13-year-old who was raped.
I do want to switch gears and talk about this breaking news just happening tonight that involves both Jay-Z and Diddy now. This is an amended complaint accusing Jay-Z of raping a 13-year-old girl in 2000 along with Sean Diddy Combs. This is a new civil filing, and we see the anonymous accuser here alleging the assault occurred after she was driven to an MTV Music Video Awards after party. This lawsuit was originally filed in October, just today refiled to include Jay-Z. I mean, let's start with the basics here. What are you learning about this? What is standing out to you?
Well, what is standing out to me is she was very specific about several things. She describes the house, she describes the driveway, she describes the exact assault, what happened. She talks about various stages of things that occurred. And I think that this is good because this way it can either be corroborated or not corroborated. So she's painted herself in a corner.
Why add Jay-Z now if this originally was filed back in October? Why not do it then?
Very interesting question. I think, we're seeing the same attorney for many of these complainants. And I think we're going to see more and more people added. I think there's a lot that they were looking to prove, and maybe they didn't quite have what they thought they needed to file against Jay-Z initially.
We always appreciate the insight and time. Jennifer Coffendorfer, thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to join.
Yeah, I mean, in a lawsuit, you guys have to understand there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, including trying to gather more evidence or just be able to prove the fact to yourself before you take the case. Like, he might have talked to her, the lady who was raped, and been considering taking the case, but he had to do his own investigation to make sure that he wasn't going to be bringing forth a fraudulent charge. And that's what good lawyers do. Good lawyers don't just go hurry up and file a case and hope that it settles. You know, you go out there, you find the information, you find the evidence, and then you file the case. You can't just make stuff up. You have to have evidence of each part of your case when you go in to court, especially if it's something in a federal court, or I think in this case it would just be civil. You still want to win the case, and you want to have that information available for the federal court so that they can go ahead and press charges, which it seems like they need to do. He's been out here sleeping with kids for a long time. It was also said that he may have slept with Aaliyah when she was like 13 or 14. You know, he was good friends with R. Kelly. They were traveling and doing tours together. And it's been accused that he might have had sex with Little Kim or Foxy Brown or both of them when they were underage. So there's a lot of dirty stuff that goes on, guys. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's just satanic rituals. These people believe in the devil. They don't think like you or I. They don't attend church every Sunday. The only thing they attend every Sunday is freak-offs with the Diddler. But let's keep going, guys.
Jay-Z is hitting back today over an allegation he and Sean Diddy Combs raped a 13-year-old girl after the Video Music Awards in 2000. He says it's blackmail, but the biggest heartbreak, he says, is for his family, including his wife, Beyonce, and their eldest daughter, 12-year-old Blue Ivy.
The allegations against Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, and P. Diddy, comes in a civil lawsuit in which the young woman says she was drugged and that Sean Combs aggressively approached with a crazed look in his eyes, grabbed her and said, "You are ready to party." At that point, Carter, Jay-Z, began removing plaintiff's clothes as she grew more and more disoriented. Beyonce's husband is striking back, releasing a scathing statement. "My lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Busby. What he calculated was the nature of the allegations and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No, sir, it had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So
that doesn't seem really realistic. I mean, just because somebody comes to you and they offer you an opportunity to settle out of court, that doesn't mean you're not still going to end up on trial for criminal charges. It means it might be less likely, but that lawyer could say all this stuff, get the money, and then go file the charges anyway, or go file or send the information over to the FBI. I'm sure the FBI is watching this guy anyway. I heard he's no good, and I've been hearing it for a long time.
No, I will not give you one red penny." Busby is hitting back, saying, "I won't be bullied or intimidated. People will see through this effort to discredit me."
It was typical Jay-Z. Jay-Z doesn't cower. He tends to be one that shoots pretty straight, and he's used to fighting back.
In his statement, Jay-Z said his heart breaks for Beyonce and their 3 children, especially their oldest daughter, Blue Ivy. Her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims.
Sean Diddy Combs, who has denied any wrongdoing, was recently denied bail for a 3rd time and remains in federal prison.
And they need to go get his buddy Jay-Z too. They're like best friends, guys. They're always together. They were doing a ton of these freak-offs together. They're all. It's some video floating around of the Diddler smacking Jay-Z on the booty. I don't know what kind of friends they have or what kind of friendship they have, but I don't know. That doesn't seem like a very straight thing to do. I mean, I know people will say, oh, but athletes do it or whatever. I don't care what athletes do. That doesn't make them straight because they play football and smack each other on the booty. It would just make them some gay football players. Imagine that. Anyway, guys, let's keep going and see what else we can uncover with all of this.
To including explosive allegations first reported by NBC News being made against rap icon Jay-Z. A new civil lawsuit accuses him of raping a 13-year-old girl with Sean Diddy Combs at a house party more than 2 decades ago. Claims both men deny. NBC's senior legal correspondent Laura Jarrett's here with more. Hey, Laura, good morning.
Hey, Hoda, good morning to you.
Hey, with these pictures, do you guys think that these news organizations call each other and say, hey, look, this is the picture we're going to use of Jay-Z. You think we want to use the same one? They always use the same one. They pretty much say the same things. I just think that's interesting. I don't really know why. Like Operation Mockingbird type stuff, I guess.
Ever since Combs was indicted by federal prosecutors last fall, these parties he was known for hosting and what celebrities may have attended has been the subject of intense scrutiny. But the blast radius around the star had been relatively contained until now.
This morning, disturbing new claims against music icon Jay-Z. A civil lawsuit detailing sexual assault, originally brought against his longtime friend Sean Diddy Combs, now adding new allegations against the rapper whose real name is Sean Carter, claims both men deny. The anonymous woman, who was 13 at the time, described in the lawsuit as being drugged and raped at an MTV VMAs after party. She says,
and when we're trying to figure out, are these real accusations or not, I got something to say to the people who really worship this guy. I mean, think about this. Would you rather trust the girl next door who live in the same type of neighborhood as you? Or some king that's living in the mansion, away from you and separated from everybody, who thinks he's better than you? Who would you rather believe, your neighbor or the piece of trash that has a nice house?
Combs hosted in 2000. According to the suit, she recalls accepting a drink from a waitress that made her feel woozy and lightheaded before she says she was raped by Jay-Z and then Combs in a bedroom as an unnamed female celebrity watched. Jay-Z swiftly issuing a statement Sunday calling the claims heinous and accusing the woman's attorney of trying to blackmail him, suggesting the attorney had tried to seek a settlement first, adding, quote, "I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away."
A criminal complaint, that just means you went to the police and filed a complaint. A private lawyer doesn't file criminal complaints, so he knows that this isn't a realistic ask, you know? And then we don't know how old the case is or what evidence the girl has. I mean, we're going to figure that out as time goes on, but this idea that, oh, he must be innocent or something because he's talking about go file the case like he wants to go to court. He's just a dummy who's about to go to jail a lot quicker, guys. Maybe he misses his ex-lover or something. Who knows?
My heart and support goes out to the true victims in the world. The billionaire, who is married to megastar Beyonce, saying he is heartbroken. The couple will have to explain the, quote, cruelty and greed of people to their children. Combs, too, has denied any allegations of sexual assault. Earlier this fall, the plaintiff's attorney, Tony Busby, a personal injury lawyer in Texas, held a press conference after Combs was indicted on federal sex trafficking charges, suggesting more fallout would follow.
I expect that through this process, many powerful people will be exposed.
Combs pleaded not guilty to the charges and continues to deny the allegations Busby has made against him in a string of civil lawsuits, which Combs' attorneys have dismissed as shameless publicity stunts. But this marks the first suit publicly naming another high-profile celebrity.
Now, in a statement posted online, Busby, the lawyer, acknowledged sending Jay-Z a letter prior to filing this complaint, prior to this whole thing, seeking a confidential mediation, but says his client never demanded a penny from Jay-Z. At the time, she is now seeking an unspecified amount in damages, guys.
All right, Laura, thank you.
Yep.
Hey, and just so you know, when I was talking about he might miss his ex-lover, I'm not talking about from Jay-Z's first prison stint or nothing. He didn't go to the penitentiary as far as I know. I'm talking about his boyfriend Diddy. They were best friends, smacking each other on the booty on stage and all of that. Anyway, guys, this was the Mansplaining Mike Show. I'm Mansplaining Mike. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this with some sissy-ass Jay-Z fan who will cry about it for the next month. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm out.